It's time to rock and roll!
All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Waffle Press Movie Podcast. I'm your host, Diego Crespo, on a very special interview today with old pal, uh, not specifically of the show, but technically in the show, Andrew Jenner. Andrew Jenner, you and I go way back in the Twitter sphere, in the action cinema verse. Uh, introduce yourself and what we're here to talk about today, because there's a lot of stuff. We got another great guest here, but uh, you and I have the action film connection, and I think it's important to clarify that.
Yeah. For the listeners, Diego and I go way back in the days of Action Twitter, Action Blue Sky, whatever the hell you want to call it. Mostly through our fantastic A4E Action for Everyone community. Love those guys. We've both been on the podcast, and yeah, Diego. We've just been, geeking about Tony Scott for years now. Every time Diego posts an incredible picture on Instagram, I'm like, bro, the sunset, bro. And literally, for the Zoom listeners who can't see his background, Diego's background is literally this gorgeous Tony Scott picture, which I assume you took.
I did take that one. Yeah,
Where is
thank you.
that?
That is Huntington Beach in the most
Oh,
conservative part of Southern California, if I'm
I know.
remembering
That's,
correctly.
I've been,
This is
I've,
years old.
Yeah, we've vacationed down there in a gorgeous spot. But yeah, it's always funny. It's like, oh yeah, all these rallies are there. It's like, wait, that fucking nice ass little touristy place I've been to. But yeah, Diego, thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah, yeah, of course. And we've got I believe your lead for
Yeah,
your
yeah.
upcoming short film.
Catherine, please introduce yourself to the audience.
Oh, hi, audience. I'm Catherine Durickas, and I live in California, but not in Huntington Beach, which is great because
For the
I want
best.
to live there. Yeah, but I'm friends with Andrew. We met at a writing retreat through Austin Film Festival like 3 or 4 years ago at this point, and we have become obsessed with each other in the most appropriate way two people can be obsessed with each other. Yeah. I would say we have an appropriate obsession.
And for the listeners, the subject of today's video is Catherine and I have taken the plunge, and with a close friend of mine, Molly Wheat, we are making a short film, a short action comedy with a lot of romance called Anniversary Roulette. And
Mm.
so Diego has been kind enough to have us on today to kind of talk about the film, our crowdfunding campaign, and the influences. So yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah, yeah. So I want to go back a little bit to the meeting at Austin Film Festival. So I think a lot of like first time writers, directors, they want to learn how to get like what's the first steps, like how do I do it, and there's never an easy answer because it's always going to be so different. But there are some great ways to network, and clearly networking at a film festival worked for you guys. Could you guys talk about like what you went with to that film festival? Were you there to support a film? Were you there to support a film you worked on? You were in, like what was that like? And then yeah, how did you guys meet there, I guess?
Oh, hi. Diego, real quick, and for the
Cat.
listeners, Catherine just picked up her cat who is named, is that Simon
This
Phoenix?
is Simon Phoenix. Do you know what
Beautiful.
Named
that's from? Do
after.
you know what that's from, Diego?
Oh, that's
It's Wesley Snipes. It's
yeah,
Wesley
yeah, yeah.
Snipes.
Taco Bell, fucking.
Yeah,
We're getting
Demolition
Um,
there.
Man.
thank
We're
you,
getting
thank you.
there we go.
Uh, oh, I'm failing right now.
I know.
Yeah,
Oh
we're talking
no.
about action comedies.
Yeah, yeah. It's
But
killing me. It's killing me. But
Catherine, if you want, I can take the lead because I remember our introduction very well. I'll never forget it. Changed my life,
Okay,
honestly.
well then I guess you should do it. Jesus.
Catherine and I met in 2022. The Austin Film Festival every year puts on a writing retreat in New Mexico that at the Ghost Ranch, it's outside of Alamo, or where is it? Los Alamos, excuse me. And Georgia O'Keeffe had a house there. Gorgeous location. They filmed like Silverado, Butch Cassidy out there. And I didn't know
Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer, yes, yes, you can see the Oppenheimer set from the ranch where we stay at. But I didn't know anybody at the time, and I was just a baby screenwriter, trying to cut my teeth just on Twitter, probably around the time we met Diego, and just trading scripts around and just not really know what I was doing. And so I just took a total chance and signed up for this writer's retreat and drove all the way out to New Mexico, not knowing anybody. who was going to be there. And I was wearing a shirt that said Nicolas Cage was the national treasure all along. And Catherine came up to me and was like, "Hey, I love your shirt." And we started talking, and immediately we got into a great conversation about how awesome RRR was and how hot those boys were. And it
Mhm.
was just a match made in heaven. So it makes sense that, fast forward 4 or whatever years later, we're making an action movie.
I didn't remember that at all. So I'm really happy that you took the lead. But I think that does make a good point. Like to your point about like how did you meet each other? Like, and this is a trick, not that I used with Andrew because I did genuinely like that shirt, but a really easy opener that I use at these networking events is just to compliment someone. Because it's a really easy way to like start any sort of conversation. Like if they're wearing an interesting shirt with like Nicolas Cage on it, that's a conversation piece. If they're wearing like and I'm a girl and I'm into fashion, so it's just like a really easy way to get your way in. Because I think at a lot of times at these like networking things or retreats or whatever is you just need a reason to talk to each other, and then maybe it leads into a conversation, maybe it doesn't. But obviously RRR had just come out and that movie was so sick. And obviously not everyone saw it because some people are stupid. But God, I need to watch it again. Sorry, this is off topic. I gotta
No, no,
watch it.
no. This is what the show is. You're doing great.
It's so good. But yeah.
And we were in a monthly writing group for a long time and trading a lot of scripts. Catherine has some amazing television scripts, has a really awesome action script she's working on that, we can't really talk about. It's under wraps.
Ooh.
And she just absolutely killing it. We could talk about her accolades all night.
Oh, that's
Cheers.
great. And it seems like a match made in heaven just from having you guys on for like 5 minutes already. So it's clearly working out well.
Yeah.
So this new project though that you guys are crowdfunding for, tell me a little bit about it. What was the impetus? And then let's streamline it a little bit. What is the story for this short film?
Yeah, yeah. Anniversary Roulette. It's a short action comedy with heavy elements of romance. And basically, here's the log line. I'm looking at it right here. But basically, after being betrayed by her partner, an indecisive small town cop must fight to save her wife on their wedding anniversary. And how it really came about was just like being a queer man, I've always just wanted queer people in action movies. And I just, am tired of all my favorite queer filmmakers and queer actors only getting to be in like coming of age tragedies, you know? And I was like, look, I want to see Glenn Powell kick some ass and save his husband, And that was really me thinking about it. And I was like, well, I'm kind of tired of waiting for other people to make this movie. So I was like, I guess I'm just gonna have to make it. And so I wrote the script. It's a short, I think it's like 13 minutes, 13 pages, Catherine. And I was looking around and I got hooked up with my our director, Molly Wheat. She's here in Arkansas. She's awesome. She helps run the Real Queer Film Festival. She runs a documentary film festival here in Arkansas. She's done some shorts. She's working on a couple of other short projects, our team in Arkansas is doing. And we just really hit it off. And of course, when I was thinking, like, okay, who is the funniest woman I can know to lead this lesbian action comedy? I was like, oh, this absolutely makes sense that Catherine is the number one person. Like it was legitimately the first person I thought of and the only person I ever thought of doing this with because I knew it would be, a bit of an ordeal to get someone out here in Arkansas, and also that it's a big ask to be kind of the straight man, being John McClane in this crazy situation to be a capable action hero. And yeah, Catherine is incredible. She's come on as a producer as well as our lead actress. And we did a table read, and within the first 2 seconds, I was like, oh, it's heaven. It's heaven. Nobody, to the writers out there who are listening, you will never be a better writer than when you hear a good actor say your words for the first time, and you'll have such a big head. It's awesome.
That's
No,
really
I mean
interesting.
it's true.
Oh,
It's true.
sorry.
When I say anyone's words, they become elevated. It's so true.
Yeah, yeah, classic.
And then Catherine, as a writer too, you guys go back and forth with like notes, and you're like, Andrew, this is great, but like, what about this? And like, uh, determine like backstory or like character motivation. Like, what's the process like for you? Because I don't understand acting. I love it, obviously, but I don't know how to do it. So that's a whole other world. You have all these facets, it sounds like, and these
Mhm.
capabilities as an artist that I'd love to hear about.
Yeah, I think at that same table read, what we did is we read the script straight, and then I had asked Molly and Andrew if I could, can I swear?
Yeah, yeah, go fucking crazy.
If I could fuck around on it. Just because I like to, once I know like the vague idea of a story, is I like to just kind of like do another read where I almost don't really pay attention to the lines, but I get the gist of the lines. So we did a couple reads like that, which was fun, and we found like a couple little lines or little things that worked, because it's very like collaborative. And then I think, I mean, when we shoot, we'll see what kind of room we have, but I do tend to find a lot of like little moments and stuff on set, like, oh, I can make a comment on this thing or this set piece that I didn't know would be here, but would make a great joke to like say something offhand about it. And so I think that when you have the right collaborators who aren't like insane about that kind of thing, I think it really works. I know some writers are very precious about every specific word. As a writer, I personally, if someone has like a punch up, I always want to hear what it is. And like maybe I like it, maybe I don't. But there's definitely been like an openness to be like, hey, Andrew, like here's a joke pitch, here's a whatever. And then he can like it or not. But the thing that matters to me is that I feel empowered to even suggest such a thing. You know what I mean? And I think that's like, that's something that will make every script stronger, is like the more people that you're willing to listen to, the better the final product is going to be.
And if I can go off of that, I think I mean, I'm very much very collaborative with all of the people I work with, but Catherine and I especially have a long running relationship that can work like that because, we've been trading scripts for years. And,
Mm.
I've given her scripts that weren't very good. She's given me scripts that were all amazing. So I'm
No,
waiting for
no,
her to send
no,
me a
no,
bad
no,
one.
that's not true.
But no, but this is, Diego, you were talking about some of the tips for writers trying to break in and people just getting started. My biggest advice to, young writers starting out is just find your friends and, find your tribe and find the people that you love and share passions with who you can get your teeth kicked in by and then come back and still love these people and want to hang out with them and party with them because that was, this group, I turned in an action script and I remember Catherine and a bunch of friends really giving me some tough feedback that I needed to hear to become a better writer. So as, if I hadn't gone through that process, Anniversary Roulette wouldn't be in the place it is where we're in a Zoom call and Catherine says, ad lib something and I'm typing it as she's saying it because it's fucking golden. And you have to be a sponge and you have to be, you know, open to, the best idea wins. You can't, like Catherine said, you can't be precious about it because it's easier to improve something than it is to create something, and you can't be precious at all.
Hmm.
I find that very encouraging. I believe that like the great artists are very often the most collaborative artists, you know. Like I've had stuff written where people spoke them certain ways and been like, oh, that's even better than I thought. And other times I'm like, well, maybe not, but that's okay, you know. It's like whatever. It's for the love of the game at that point. Moving forward, it cannot sustain itself that way, but it's very interesting. And then just hearing that sort of collaboration, like um, were you brought on Catherine early on to the writing process, like very early on, like w when it was a germinating outline idea, or was it like Andrew, you had a treatment and then it was like here's what I want to do.
I believe I had a first draft, and it felt like a first draft.
Fuck
Uh,
you! Fuck you!
No, that's how you know you guys are close because you guys can
yeah.
improve each other like that.
Yeah, I had a very early draft, but it has become a great script since that first draft. And the thing also, and with Andrew's like, it's harder to create something. It's hard to write a first draft, and I don't know, Andrew, I hope that wasn't your second or third draft because my goodness. Sorry, I'm snorting at myself. Um, but
Damn!
that's why you send it to people to be like, hey, what do you think about this? Does this have legs or whatever? And even and not like it was a horrible first draft because it literally wasn't, but like anything can become a great script when you work on it and when you collaborate on it. And that script through different reads and like different notes from me and from Molly and from whoever else, like it just came into a place where it's super clean. It's concise, it's funny, it's hitting all the beats, and it's producible, which is important for a short film. Uh, yeah, so I think pretty towards the beginning is what I remember.
Producible is a interesting and very important note because many people are very passionate about this art
Hmm.
form, and they should be. It's a beautiful one. It's my favorite. I'm assuming it's among your guys' favorites, you know. It seems like you guys live and breathe it. But the producible aspect of it, like, do you find yourselves when working on other projects, like getting excited? Do you still let yourselves write without producible in mind? Like maybe you have like a little side project or like you go. For me, just speaking as someone who's really started to commit to this, I'll write something that's producible very often with a partner, my co-host Universa, and then on the side I'm like, oh, you know, here's this one's for me. This one's fun. Maybe it won't get made, but maybe I can get eyes on it and get some work. Do you guys have something like that
Yeah,
for yourselves?
I totally know what you mean that, you know, the industry is in such a crazy place and we've conveniently picked the worst time in like a century to get into screenwriting. But what else are you going to do? What am I going to do? Not write movies? But, to that point, it is kind of impossible not to be thinking about budget or casting or location. There's a reason Anniversary Let is a single location action film like, Die Hard. And my previous short film that played at the Austin Film Festival and won a couple awards. The Mirror, it was a single location, action movie because it's just for budget. It's like if you can lock that down, then you can use that extra time to really get your shots and get your performances. But I do think it is good for the creative side to have, fuck it scripts. Like I have a sci-fi sex comedy that I'm writing right now. I'm like, no one is ever going to make this. Or I hope, I would love for someone to, but it's a huge pie in the sky. But it is good for me to have, as an exercise, like once a week, really lock in and just go crazy and big blue sky and not think so much about the business or, because you can drive yourself crazy. And I also would not recommend screenwriters going into a script thinking about like, oh, what's the absolute thing the market wants right now? It's like nobody knows. Nobody thought K-pop Demon Hunters was going to be the biggest thing since sliced bread. Everyone thought that Last Action Hero was going to be bigger than Jurassic Park. Like nobody knows anything, so you just have to write what you want to write and what you're passionate about. Catherine, what do you think about kind of fuck it scripts versus keeping budget in mind when you're writing?
Yeah, so I think that for this is you wanted to write a script to produce. You wanted to write a short to produce. So I think that you write to what you have. Like I know that we've cut things for budget. Like I'm pretty sure we cut one of my favorite jokes for budget, which is that because it would require another actor, another cop costume, and seeing a police cruiser. And so we cut this joke that I love because that is three more things. It's a costume, it's an actor, it's a car. And so you can write it in, but then like when you're creating your budget, knowing what to cut and stuff. So I write to producibility only when I'm trying to produce it. Otherwise, like I'm doing whatever I want. So all of my other scripts are producible. If you have a couple $1 million, like I'm not making them, but they are, my writing samples that my manager will send out, and they're producible in that you could make them. You could make them. I can't do it. But I think people should, not people should, I would suggest just writing the best script ever because the people are looking for the writer. And if it's not producible, maybe they'll be like, what else do you have? Or like, oh, I really want to make this, let's change it, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I think writing things that are like producible, if you're not actually going to produce them yourself, sounds boring to me.
And on that note, like getting the film made, like do you have any cinematic touchstones? I know a lot of Andrews. We can get back to him later, but for Catherine, like what do you think like defines like your personal taste? Like what movies are you interested in? Do you have anything you like you go back to for inspiration or you watch that kind of like invigorates you to like hit the typewriter or keyboard, I guess. People don't really use typewriters anymore. Maybe some
I
people
don't,
do. I don't know, but
I really don't think anyone's using typewriters except for, in the Tortured Poets Department album by Taylor Swift, who I love. I mean, I don't think that there's a movie that gets me typing, but there's definitely movies that I love and that inspire me. So obviously, the podcast listeners couldn't see Simon Phoenix, but Simon Phoenix did make an appearance. So that's from Demolition Man, which is my favorite action movie of all time. So I've seen that more than probably any other movie. Because I think it really captures, I really like I'm a huge sci-fi person. I love the story of it. I love the message of it. I think the performances are hysterical. I think that the commentary is on point, like that's still relevant today. And it's so funny and it's so stupid at the same time. And then depending on what I'm working on will kind of affect what I kind of want to write. But if I'm in like a action space, I really like the movie 2012. Like as an end of the world movie. Like I just love that damn movie. I know it might be kind of like a dumb pick, but it's great. And then uh Edge of Tomorrow is a perfect movie. Perfect movie, A plus movie. But yeah, most of my movies that are rewatch value are action sci-fi. Or I guess they're all action sci-fi. I guess 2012 isn't really sci-fi, but um action movies are the things that like get me excited to like live and breathe. Which is why I'm trying to write one. It's not going great, but it does exist in my mind,
Well,
which
it's
is
got to
great.
start somewhere so that it's the right step moving forward, you know? It's like
Yes.
I'm sure it'll come together. You seem like you know your shit very well, so I wouldn't stress about that.
Oh my God, Diego, thank you so much.
No. I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. I've known you for like 10 minutes and it's like I need to keep up. By the way, I couldn't remember Demolition Man. I kept wanting to say Running Man just because I saw that and I'm like, I know it's not Running Man, but I don't
Mm-mm,
know what else to say. And then the next thing was like Marathon Man and that ain't even an
that
action
ain't it.
movie. No.
No, Demolition Man holds up. I rewatch it at least once a year. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's just, I love it. It's so much fun.
If anything should be taken away from this podcast, it's that everyone should go watch Demolition Man, obviously.
For real. And it's one of Sandra Bullock's first ever roles. That's right. That's
Wow.
right. You hit
Out
I
the
don't think I knew
gate,
that.
she was just batting at 11. I
Yeah.
mean, she's just incredible. And Stallone, what is this eggshell all about? Ah!
Yeah,
The seashells.
it's great. It's a great movie. It's great. That's my takeaway for this podcast. Don't donate to us, just watch
No,
Demolition Man.
no, no! Don't listen to her. Don't listen to her. Help us, help us.
No, everyone donate, and then to further support the spirit of Catherine,
Yes.
go watch Demolition Man.
That would be great.
There we go. Perfect. Simple instructions for the audience.
Yeah, exactly. And then Andrew, your touchstones, they're basically the same as mine. I think I know that now. But yeah, what else inspires you? We got the Tony Scott connection. We got the Bayhem. We got the
Mm.
Patriotism.
Dude, the Patriots stand for our national anthem, proud Patriots. No, I think yeah, like just the classic big budget, the Jerry Bruckheimers, the Don Simpsons. James Cameron is like the biggest touchstone in my writing. I know that's hack to compare yourself to one of the greatest filmmakers ever, but like I love James Cameron's movies on their surface are so simple, but then when you really dive into them, the scripts are so profound and just like dripping with catharsis. It makes a lot of sense that James Cameron and Guillermo del Toro are such close friends and collaborators when you look at how raw their movies are and how much like they put their bleeding heart on the stage. Like Terminator 2, the unknown future rolls towards us. I face it for the first time with a sense of hope. Like, holy shit. To end a big budget action movie with that weird little monologue just about like heartfelt stakes about humanity. What the fuck, dude? That's incredible. So I always, everything I write, I want big emotional arcs, big emotion, big feelings, like big catharsis. Like I'm always shooting for that.
I also want to just because you mentioned like specific directors, writers, people. I just want to mention Shane Black because in terms of writing, he is my writing guru, muse, mentor. I don't know what the word is, but if you read, first of all those movies are amazing. All of his movies are great. But if you read the scripts, um, they're really funny and the action lines are really funny and there's a lot of personality in them. And that's how I write my scripts. Like my I've gotten the note before that I have too many jokes in my action lines, and like I just say get fucked. Like
Ah!
someone has to read this fucking thing. Like it better be funny. And the Shane Black is the same thing. Like one of the best action lines that I remember from his script is from Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, I'm pretty sure. And it's like they're at this big like Hollywood party, and the action line is like setting mansion, and then the thing says like the kind of house that I'll buy if this movie does well.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's like a great place to have sex in. The kind of place I'll buy if this movie does well.
Yeah, it's like shit like that. And so those like in terms of like being a writer, especially for action comedy, he's really figured it out.
Yeah, this that might be like the connective tissue for my brain between both of you. Not that you needed it, you guys' chemistry is impeccable already, but I see the excitement for genre in both of you, and your interests are so they're so Shane Black now. Just like that one mentions like, oh, there, it's all there, it's all right there. And for Kiss Kiss Bang Bang as well, like that's one of my favorite screenplays ever. It's one of my favorite movies ever. Shane
Right.
Black, unbelievable. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang has my favorite. It's not in the movie, but it has my favorite like piece of screenwriting ever in the screenplay. It's after they go see Harmony's dad on his deathbed, and Harry doesn't go with him in the movie, right? He doesn't go with Harmony in the movie to go see the dad, but in the script he does, and then she's just saying like, oh, like I'm glad it's over. Here I pulled it up right now. Um, Harmony says, I only wish she, referring to her sister, could give me a sign, just some way to let me know off Harry's look that she forgives me. And it's like, the sun's setting, it's getting dark, so the lights start flickering on right when she says that. And so in the moment, it's like, oh, is that her, or is it just a random happenstance of LA economy and lighting, but to them it's like, is that Christmas magic, or is that her reaching out? And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful moment, and it perfectly captures the Christmas magic, and just that it it dilutes the cynicism of the rest of the movie just a little bit to make you believe like, yeah, that is a magical time of year. So
I
yeah, I'm
Mhm.
think
a
that's
big
a
Shane Black fan as well, I guess is what I'm saying.
that's a great point, Diego. Shane Black, like people don't give him enough credit for how saccharine some of his stuff is. And like some of his movies are bleak, like, his newest film, which I loved, Play Dirty, is some dark shit. But a lot of his stuff is peppered with like Iron Man 3. It's like that is an emotional roller coaster for a character to go on. And it is a huge open wound of someone desperate to, speak something out that they're struggling with. And wow, he's Shane is the best. He goes to the Austin Film Festival every year and always has an amazing talk. I think last year he did like a 90-minute panel on Kangaroo Jack with the writer for that. They're old buddies. Also, for the audience who's listening and who's typing in a hateful comment, that line is from the first Lethal Weapon about the glass house. This is the kind of house I'll buy. So delete your fucking comment if you're
Okay, I'm
angrily posting
sorry.
it.
Jesus.
No,
Because it's like I read all his scripts, and so I'm not sure like which is which. But there
no,
we
you're
go. Thank
fine,
you.
Catherine. I just
Sorry.
Yeah.
know someone. I'm just terrified someone would be so excited to correct a woman on an action movie.
You know what? You're probably right. Sorry, fucking nerds. Put your
Well, you're
boners.
doing it and they're not. You're making the damn thing and they're typing on keyboards.
That's
So
the damn truth, brother.
yeah.
So true.
And Catherine, in terms of like starring in an action movie, like what's the physicality of it? Are you guys doing like stunt training? Like how does that work for this? Like how's that going, I guess?
Yeah, so we have a place out here in LA called Sword Play LA, which basically I took like a 2 hour session for like firearm training and like gun training. And it was really fun. We walked through some of the basic blocking that's in the script and just learned because she's a police officer, so learning like how a cop specifically would do it, how the cop checks the room, what's their relationship like to the wall, how do they hold the gun, how do they reload the gun, blah blah blah. So we did do that. And then I plan on getting extraordinarily fit by the time we shoot. So, once we have a date, I'm just gonna get jacked. I understand that I'm in closed the whole time, but just in case we need to do like a really crazy, sexy action moment, I'll be ready and fucking ripped. Um,
That's what I want to hear. If anyone looks at our Seed and Spark campaign, 50% of our budget is for steroids and trainers for Catherine.
Oh,
exactly.
okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
mostly
good. Yeah.
that. A lot of like organic juices. Um, but yeah, and then once we like have our shoot date, I'll definitely I have a friend actually, Andrew, who's a stunt person out here who said he would help me with some basic choreo stuff. So I'm gonna just bug him and be like, hey, we're getting close. Can you
Beautiful.
refresh me on this stuff? But yeah.
Yeah, shout out to a friend of the show, Aaron Vargas, for hooking us up with David Hernandez at Swordplay LA. Aaron is absolutely just killing it. Love that guy. He's just, he's on his way, man. I'm proud of that kid.
Oh God, I love Aaron. Yeah, I just saw him at. Do you know Jordan Santacana as well?
Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh, Jordan, Catherine. I just read your name, Cat. Sorry.
Do whatever you want.
Uh,
It's the
yeah,
same
whatever.
name.
Free country, whatever. Jordan is a fantastic action filmmaker. I need to send you his short that played at Big Bad Film Festival. I think last year was at Four Graves for
Four Graves
Ximena.
of Jimena. Yeah,
Ximena.
yeah,
Amazing. He's awesome.
yeah. No, th those guys rule. I just saw them both like 2 weekends ago, a weekend ago. Um, Yeah, that makes me so happy to hear that. Again, that's another benefit of the community you guys are talking about, like having these opportunities for everyone to like kind of work with each other, talk with each other. I got to just, I mean, speaking of which, I just got to meet a bunch of people it was Jordan's birthday party, and so I got to meet a bunch of his other friends, and he's really good at networking, for example, and I'm not. I like meeting people and such, but I'm just like, oh, like, oh, like, hey, let's hang out, whatever. Not. uh, I'm not too good at talking about the business side of things. And then getting to talk to everyone there, everyone's like, "Yeah, I don't know anyone else here either. I just know Jordan. He just started hanging out with me." And I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Yep, that's how good he is. He just brought a bunch of strays all over Los Angeles to come hang out in a nondescript location." But yeah, no, Aaron's great, Jordan's great. That's really cool to hear that interconnectivity of all of that.
Yeah, and fingers crossed, if the stars align and I think, we're going to get the film done in early Q3 2026, we would absolutely are going to try and shoot to get into Big Bad. My film that we filmed earlier this year, The Mirror, it was in submission. It did not get in. I talked to Powell and Patrick about it, and they're like, oh, it just almost made the cut. I was like, fuck, I wanted to go so bad and see everybody. And then, of course, seeing all the pictures with Priscilla and Liam and everyone there. I can't wait. Yeah, so fingers crossed, we'd love for Anniversary Roulette to have its Los Angeles premiere at Big Bad.
That'd be great because I live here.
Yeah, exactly.
How convenient.
Yeah, it happens in Glendale, so it's
It's too far for Catherine.
really
She said she
cool.
Oh
can't drive
yeah,
to
sorry. I
Glendale.
only stay in Hollywood.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Sorry, it would have been nice for you to stop by, but oh well.
Yeah. Oh well.
Um, yeah, very cool festival. I really, really hope you guys get in then. That'd be really great to meet you guys in person as well. Let's see what else. All right, so the short film. We have how much time left in the campaign for funding? I want to make sure I get this out in an appropriate time as well.
Yeah, yeah, we've got 27 days um, left
As
in
of
the
November
campaign
17th?
as of November 17th.
Okay.
We've got our total goal is $21,400. We've raised 7,000 and we need 10,000 more for the green light. So just, again, if anyone wants to contribute and help make, I think the main
Dreams
goal for
come true.
this dreams come true. Yes, absolutely. Make my dream come true, make Catherine's dream come true. But just really helping change the landscape of action movies. Like, look, we all, love the Stathams, we love Keanu, and I'm not putting those guys down, but at one time Keanu was a fresh young face guy doing Speed. And Bruce Willis wasn't an action hero at one point, and we want to change what it looks like to lead an action movie. And so we're doing a lesbian action movie with, young people, young in love people struggling with a marriage. And we want to show queer audiences and just anyone out there that action is so diverse and crazy and beautiful that it doesn't have to be led by one specific kind of person. And so, yeah, please look us up on Seed and Spark. We've got a ton of fantastic incentives, varying of varying price ranges, from social media shout outs, hand drawn thank you cards signed by the cast and crew. I'm offering screenwriting notes for any of our screenwriters out there, Q&A stuff with, specific typed feedback. We've got a beautiful shirt that we're offering up, set visits, EP credits. So we have so many ways for people at various levels to chip in and help us get this film made. So please look us up for the love of God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also just saw my cousin donated a bunch of money. 'Cause I
Yay,
haven't looked at it.
cousin.
No big deal, yay cousin. And she didn't even want a gift. Look at that. What a dream. But yeah, I mean it'd be great to, hit the green light and then some, because kind of like to what Andrew is saying, like we can't see more stories like this if we can't make them, and we can't actually make them without money. And so just, just supporting the project helps get it out there. You know what I mean? Like $20 makes a huge difference. Because like I'm getting a lot of personal training. I'm getting a lot of juices.
A lot of steroids. I need to be on a lot of steroids, even though I'm not in it. I'm just producing and writing it. But a bunch of this budget is for me to get on Anavar. So
Yeah, we're both just going to be roided up the whole time, which is hysterical. But yeah, I mean, it all makes a difference, and every contribution gets us closer to that benchmark, and will make us like you more, which is great.
Yeah. Who doesn't want to be liked more? Come on, everyone's a little insecure. And you'll be liked more, and your self-worth will be tied to making the film landscape a more exciting, artistically exciting place.
Yes.
You guys are
Mhm.
totally right. Like
absolutely.
everyone always says, like, well, there's not a market for that or whatever. It's like, okay, make the market. Like if there's no market for it, then that means in some ways that there is a market for it because it doesn't exist, right? Like,
Yeah.
Also, I have very mixed opinions about marketing. Marketing is basically not real. It's a fake job, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I remember you saying
Hot
that in the
take, hot
Running Man
take.
episode. It's wild.
It's not a fake job, but it's a lot. It's not it's coming from up top, but yeah. Yeah, so we need movies like this, and I want to see movies like this, and I want to see this movie happen. So for the YouTube version, for all versions, the links and descriptions will be down below in the descriptions. For the YouTube version specifically, though, I'll have it above Andrew and I right here, the link as well, so you can just go ahead and check that out right away. Anything else you guys want to mention for Anniversary Roulette? What else you guys where can people find you? How about that? Where else can people find you online if you like Instagram, Twitter's, the whole shebang? Catherine.
On internet, I'm just at Cat Durickas. And then because we're talking also about action stuff, I also wanted to just mention another project that I'm working on that would be, are you in LA, Diego? No.
I
Yes, no.
am, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so this would be interesting to you, Diego, and then anyone who's listening from LA, is I'm on a sketch team called Rabble Rabble, and on December 14th, we are doing our version of Die Hard.
Oh my God.
So we are putting on Rabble Rabble Does Die Hard. And it's literally incredible. We're just doing the movie beat for beat, but we're rewriting the entire movie. And then the second half is we're going to write our version of Die Hard. And it's just super fun. And that's the kind of, it perfectly dissects my interest of like sketch comedy and Die Hard together. And because it's a Christmas movie, we're making it into like even more of a Christmas show. So if you're in LA, that's at the Elysian Theater on December 14th at 9:30 with my team Rabble Rabble, who is amazing. So if you like action and you like me, you should come.
Catherine, who do you play?
Who do you think I play?
Are you McLean?
No, I'm not McLean. I'm not McLean. Most people besides McLean are going to play a lot of different people.
Yeah.
But right now, my favorite sketch, and this isn't like a spoiler, it's something to look forward to, but my favorite sketch right now is I wrote a sketch where all the hostages are by the tree and they're just like, I'm really frightened that we're not going to do the Secret Santa.
That's their worry.
And like that's the whole like that's that premise for that sketch is just that like they were supposed to do a Secret Santa, but then they got hijacked. And it's like, but I really still want to do it, but these
Yeah,
people have
yeah.
guns on me.
I
So
spent a lot of money on my gift, And I really would be remiss for everyone not to understand how hard I went on this gift.
Yeah, because like I was assigned a specific person and I know that they said not to move, but I think they should open it. You know what I
That's
mean?
fucking hilarious. That's great.
Yeah, so like
Uh,
that's the kind of thing that that show's gonna be, and I think it'll be really cool.
Yeah, you know what? I'll put that in the link in the description as well because that
Yes,
sounds really
King.
cool. I'm gonna see if
It
I can make
is
that.
really cool. It's gonna be very funny. And we usually sell out, so no big deal.
no
Okay,
big
okay,
deal.
yeah,
No big
I'll
deal.
look as soon as possible after this.
Good.
That sounds great.
It's
Um,
lit.
yeah, yeah. Oh man, yeah. I'll definitely keep you posted on that. And then Andrew, my man, what else you got going on? What else you want to plug?
Yeah, so my social security number is
Perfect.
no,
Yes.
my credit card. No, yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Crom4Wins. I'm on Blue Sky as well, just like Andrew Jenner. I'm not there nearly as much. And yeah, I'm so excited for this film. I just came from a table read. We start production on a feature film I wrote, a found footage horror comedy. We start filming in 6 days. So I'm an absolute madman for producing and writing two things at the same time, but fuck it, we ball.
Life's too short not to try shit, you know. If we're not pushing ourselves creatively, like,
Absolutely.
don't burn out. Don't hurt
Nah.
yourself. Yeah,
Well,
don't
who's
do
burning out, Diego?
yeah, don't if you keep looking like that, like you gotta take a break. But
No, but
if not, you're doing good.
I'm just feeling super blessed to be surrounded by so many great people, including you guys. And I feel like this is a long time coming. And not to say like, oh, I finally made it, but it's just like this is affirmation that, all of the hard work in my career is leading up to something because I'm, working with great people and I'm making friends with great people. So yeah, I love you guys. Appreciate it. Not to get too fucking mushy on
No,
a
no,
on a
please
Monday
do.
night.
Don't. Oh, we already said it was the 17th, so that's fine. Yeah. But yeah, oh man, it was great having you guys on. Catherine, it was great to meet you.
Hey,
Uh,
it's good to meet you.
Andrew, it was great to meet you face to face. Great talking to you, man. We'll be in touch. Everyone, Anniversary Roulette, go check it out. Support it any way you can, ideally financially. Thanks for
That
listening,
would be the way to
everyone.
do it.
Please do
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, do it financially. I like that one.
Catherine is not cheap, everybody. She's not cheap. We
I'm
need.
not. Literally, we're raising, I think, like 21,000. 20,000 is my salary
Yeah,
Oh
and
wow.
my trainers and my roids. So,
yeah.
Well, it's all going to the good cause regardless. So,
yeah, yeah. The good
God
cause
bless.
is me.
All right. Thank you guys. Love you guys to death.
thank
Yeah, thank
you
you for
for
having
listening. Thanks for
us.
watching. We have been
Yes.
professionally unprofessional.